Well, the market had a great day on Friday. However, Palantir for some reason didn't. I don't know why. Doesn't really make any sense. Palantir is underneath that tech and growth stock, and pretty much every single tech and growth stock was just going and just taking off because we had poor jobs report, which indicated that we're not really maybe that far along in our recovery and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'm really hoping Palantir can get it together because right now the bears definitely seem to be in control of the stock. And that is not a good thing for the stock because we're starting to encroach on territory where we haven't really been since IPO time. And when we IPO'd, we really went from $11 to $30 really quickly, and we didn't find a lot of support levels. But I'll dive into technical analysis and all that kind of stuff. Also, we'll cover the short interest on Palantir too, because we are going in the earnings and the shorts seem to be very bearish on this stock. So our earnings is on May 11th, Tuesday morning before the market opens. So keep that in mind. The bears are seeming like they want to push the stock down and saying pretty much that Palantir is going to miss earnings. Palantir does miss earnings. We can definitely be seeing below $19 very quickly because it seems like any stock that does miss earnings does not do well the following couple of days. Now, if Palantir does get below $15, I personally will be buying the living, pardon my French, crap out of it because $15 is a steal for this company in 5 to 10 years. Like, absolute steal, in my opinion. But let's cover the charts here in a quick second. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure that you ring that bell too. Really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, cute dog photo for you guys. Remind you to smash that like button. Appreciate it, guys. But chart time. So with Palantir, we have like the only support that I can really find right now is going to be sitting here at our $20 level of support, and we pretty much just broke through it. We had a nice rally and then we broke back down through it, which isn't good. And you can see that this stock really just isn't comfortable. Like there's a few areas that I can point out that we did some consolidation, but I mean, this was more towards the upper end of it. And then we definitely did some consolidation right here into close. But I mean, really when taking a look at it, this stock just does not look comfortable at this price level. This consolidation up here from, let's say, about 11 to 11:30 was good, but we just fell down. And when growth in tech were running, I would expect Palantir to be running too, and it wasn't running for some reason, which really concerns me because it either tells me is the shorts are just absolutely hammering the crap out of this, or there's something going on that we don't know about Palantir, and we're probably going to find out about earnings. Our volume was sitting at 63 million. Our average 3-month volume sitting at 79. So we weren't that far below our average 3-month volume for the day. We definitely do have a lot of red in here. Like it's just a very red day. It's definitely a very volatile day. Taking a look here on the MACD, I mean, we're all over the place here on the RSI from oversold, overbought, oversold, oversold, overbought. Like this stock's all over the place, and I'm really just going to hop out here really to the day time frame and just show you guys what I'm talking about is we're essentially having a downwards consolidation. Now you could say this is one giant wedge and you could draw up a wedge if you really want, but the thing that I'm kind of starting to see here is I'm kind of starting to see a shoulder. We have the head and we have a shoulder here. I mean, we do have bumps within the shoulder, but I see a giant head and shoulders move, which for anyone who doesn't know technical analysis, this head and shoulders move right now is not a good sign for the stock. It's definitely a very bearish signal for the stock. If we wanted to take a look at Peloton's actually a good stock to take a look at because it definitely does have a head. You have a shoulder here, you have a head here, and then you have a shoulder here. So what this pattern is, it's a very bearish signal. Now keep in mind, this is a head and shoulders since essentially the whole entire time the stock is traded. So we have our all-time high here sitting here in January, and then we have our shoulder here and our shoulder here. So it definitely appears to be a head and shoulders, which is not good for the stock. bearish signal. If we had an inverse head and shoulders, which would be if the shoulder was down here and then we had a head dip down here and then we had a shoulder dip down here, it would be a bullish signal for the stock because that would be an indication of us moving to the upside. But to zoom in really quickly and take a look at our moving averages, we're trading below our 60-day moving average. Our 15 moving average is still above our 200-day moving average, which is good. But our 200-day, oh wait, yeah, we did close our candle. Ooh, we closed our candle on our EMA. Oh dear, below our 200-day moving average. So for the day, we're not looking good here. If we have this 15-day moving average cross over the 200-day EMA, that's going to put us in very bearish territory, and we are definitely headed in that direction. Our RSI is in here at 3163, so we're borderline approaching on oversold territory on the day time frame. That is huge. We have a bearish MACD here, so this is not looking good going into earnings, guys. This is just, it's not, I'm going to be bluntly honest with you, it's not looking good. Take a look here at the 1 month, 1 hour time frame. Our RSI is sitting at 40. We do technically have a bullish MACD, barely. We are trading below our 260-day moving averages. We definitely do have a pretty severe gap. We almost have a dollar gap between our 60-day moving average and our 15-day moving average, which is not good for this stock. Now, to take a look here, the only one positive I can draw here is that we have a lower low here of 1941 on Thursday versus Friday. We only dipped down to 1958. So maybe this is a positive sign, but looking at this from a macro perspective versus a micro perspective, we are definitely headed in very bearish territory for the stock overall. We do take a look at the options chain for this week. Just really to take a look at it, let's take a look at our 50 options here. So we're currently sitting at 1975. So we do have 13,000 calls open at the $25 strike. The puts are definitely coming in heavy. 9,000 at the $20 put, the 5,000 at the 21. If we move out another week, let's just do that really quickly. We have 13,198 calls at $20. Ooh, we have 30,916 puts on the May 21st strike for $20, which is a very large outstanding open interest. And then we have 23,000 at the $23 strike, 22 at the this is funny. This is almost like someone's trying to meme me. 22 sitting at the $22 strike. This isn't good. Now, the only thing that I can say that's definitely a positive sign here is we have 56,185 open interest contracts sitting here at the $25 strike. Now, this is very far out of the money for Palantir right now. We are sitting at $19 and these are sitting at $25. So is it something that could potentially happen? Yes, but I'm not going to consider it likely. Let's go ahead and hop over here into Ortex and cover the short interest on Palantir. Just as a reminder for everyone out there, we have 2 analysts rate at Palantir at a buy, 4 at a hold, 3 at a sell, and we have a $25.25 price target. No one's adjusted their price targets since the 23rd of April, and that was $23 by initiated coverage, and they've marked it as a hold versus a buy. So keep in mind that's like a 3. So our interest definitely did increase. Wow, our short interest definitely did increase a lot. So we have a 5.38% increase on Palantir on Friday. Our current short interest is sitting at 3.6%. How does that make any sense? Okay. Anyways, our short interest is 45.91 million. Shares that were borrowed was 4.1 million. Return shares 2.5 million. Borrowed change is 1.6. Our exchange reported short interest was 55.55 million as of April 15th. Our shares on loan is sitting at 29.80 million, which is an increase of 7 days ago. Days to cover sitting at 0.37, cost to borrow sitting at 0.52, and our current utilization is 26.19. So the shorts are absolutely taking out positions to hammer Palantir going in their earnings, which tells me one thing of that everyone is expecting Palantir to miss earnings. That's what this is telling me. Everyone is expecting Palantir to miss earnings. And if they do miss earnings, fine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy the dip because that's what I do. Because buying the dip means you're getting a stock at a great price and you just hold on to it for the long term and it will pay huge benefits in the future. Won't pay, I wanted to say dividend, but Palantir doesn't pay a dividend right now, but it will pay huge benefits. If I can get the stock at $15 and lower my cost from $22 to $15, you bet your sweet butt I'm going to be doing that. But personally, I hope Palantir goes up. I hope they have a great earnings because this is a stock that I definitely do like. And I think they could absolutely do wonderful things here in the future. But do me a favor, if you made it this far in the video, do me a favor, drop a Topo Chico down in chat. Love you guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.